Hello everyone and welcome to the Battle for Azeroth beta. Here I am on the Outlaw Rogue, the final specialization that I'm going through for the final spec of the class, of course. So I'm going to be going through the abilities, the talents, and of course the rotation to give you a good feel of how the class plays out to see if you're interested in playing this class for the next expansion. So starting off with Sinister Strike, that is your main ability, does some good damage, 35% chance to deal damage twice, and it makes your pistol shot half cost and deal double damage. And also, it generates combo points for you. Pistol shot's a ranged ability. It also awards combo points. It does a good amount of damage and it slows down your enemy's movement speed. Roll the Bones. It's going to be your combo point ability. The more combo points you use, the longer the buffs will last. Dispatch is another combo ability move, and it does damage depending on how many combo points you use, of course. Ambush is your stealth ability, generates 2 combo points and does some pretty good damage, especially if you get a good crit. And Blade Flurry is your AoE ability. It used to be like a passive ability and it deals damage to all the enemies around you, but now it is split into 2 different charges and they have 25-second recharges, which is pretty cool because in the past when it was passive, it reduces your energy regeneration rate by a specific amount, but here it doesn't give you that negative drawback. So for your talent points, we have Weapon Master, which gives Sinister Strike a 10% increased chance to deal an additional strike. Quick Draw makes pistol shot granted for Sinister Strike generate another combo point and deal 50% more damage than before. And Ghostly Strike is an ability that makes your target take 10% increased damage from your abilities for 10 seconds. Acrobatic Strikes increases your range of melee attacks. The Retractable Hook reduces the cooldown by 30 seconds and of course launches you to the specified location. Hidden Run increases your movement speed by 15% at all times. Vigor gives you 50 more energy and increases your energy regen. Deeper Stratagem gives you 6 combo points and it will use them accordingly. And Mark for Death gives you 5 instant combo points and resets the cooldown when you kill the target in under a minute. Iron Stomach increases the health you get from your Crimson Vial by 30%. Elusiveness reduces damage you take from non-area of effect attacks, while the ability is also with area of effect attacks reduced by 40%. And Cheat Death lets you cheat death. Dirty Tricks, Cheap Shot, Gouge Sap don't cost energy anymore. Blinding Powder reduces the cooldown of Blind and increases the range by 15 yards. Prey on the Weak, enemies disabled by Cheap Shot or between the eyes take 10% increased damage from all sources. Loaded Dice, activating Adrenaline Rush, causes your next roll the bones to grant at least 2 matches, so like double the buffs. Alacrity gives you a lot of haste over time when you use your combo points and your combo abilities. Slice and Dice gives you increased attack speed and energy regeneration rate, depending on how many combo points you spend, of course. Dancing Steel increases duration of Blade Flurry by 3 seconds and damage by 5%. Blade Rush is a new ability, charges your target, and it's basically an AoE move and it hits everyone around you. And you have Blade Flurry active. The non-primary targets take an additional 100% increased damage, which is pretty powerful and it generates energy over time. Killing Spree is the same old ability, but of course it teleports you to your enemy. You do a lot of damage, and if you have Blade Flurry active, it also hits them for 100% increased damage. So those are the talent points right there. Of course, you pick the ones that you're comfortable with to improve your gameplay, but these are the ones that I found interesting. So I found it best to open up with the Cheap Shot, and then basically Sinister Strike, use Pistol Shot when it's free, and then of course use Roll the Bones with your 5 combo points, and then the next 5 combo points is when you use your Dispatch finishing move ability. Now the Roll the Bones, of course, will grant you buffs over time depending on how many you use. And honestly, it's a hit or miss ability. Sometimes it's perfect and it gives you so much more damage. Other times it's complete waste and it slows down your combat and makes you kind of a weak class to play, honestly. But as you see there, you'll see the Pistol Shot glow up and it will be free and deal increased damage. And that is from your Sinister Strike, which is your primary ability. And of course, opening up, you can open with Ambush or Cheap Shot. But like I said, I prefer Cheap Shot because it stuns them. And with the talent points, they take increased damage. And there's sometimes where if you're lucky with the rotation, you can kill them while they're still stunned, and you basically avoid combat with your enemy. So again, cheap shot, sinister strike, pistol shot when free, and dispatch as a finishing move. And of course, you can also use roll the bones to get those buffs. But some fights are not long enough to be using roll the bones. It just depends. You have to kind of make that decision yourself. Like if you're not even halfway down in the fight for a while, then you should probably pop it to give yourself some more damage. But sometimes, you know, dispatch will be enough to take them down. Or if you open with ambush or however you're doing, you just kind of mess with the talents and see how it works for you. But in my opinion, I kind of find Outlaw Rogue to be kind of slow, especially compared to Assassin Rogue, which is the one I did previously. Outlaw Rogue just seems slow, and it seems like it's missing a couple of abilities. Like, I still have a lot of energy at this point, and I'm using dispatch and such. I even popped my adrenaline rush, which is a major damage increase. Yeah, it can do a lot of damage, but you often hit a pretty hard brick wall where you can't really do much, or it doesn't feel like you're doing much, even if you have a lot of energy and combo points. It's just something about the Outlaw Rogue. I think it has to do with roll the bones, of course. Like I said, it is hit or miss. Sometimes it's great, sometimes it's just straight up horrible. You know, there's almost no in between. So that's the rundown of the Outlaw Rogue there. And of course, you guys should experiment with yourself to see if you enjoy playing it. But that's all for this video today. Thanks for watching, and of course, stay tuned for more videos coming out soon.